Shut up and sit down.
Hello, Internet people! I am Draven Dresden, the host that will randomly do stupid crap like that and probably break my co-host's ears. So I'm sorry.
My ears are fine.
So I'm sorry, co-host.
Meh, my ears are fine.
Okay.
I just ignore you now.
Right?
How will that be any different than normal? My point is made. Anyway, I am Draven Dresden. I would say with me as always, but lately there's no always. So with me this week, I have no Galv, so +1 to us. But more importantly, I have not one, but you heard right already, guys, 2 guests. And you will be surprised to understand and comprehend the difficulty I had of getting them on the show at literally about 2 hours prior, because the guest I had, who shall remain anonymous at the moment because we're going to reschedule, had a last-minute cancellation. So I sent out some feelers, and these 2 lovely ladies decided to say, yes, we will let you torment us with your presence. So,
You know, the lovely ladies of the night, I guess.
So, you may recognize their voices if you've been listening. We've got, from last week, Zephirah. I almost said it wrong, I'm sorry.
And you know, my elves have yardsticks, so they'll just poke you with them later.
Yeah. Okay.
You wait till raid night. You'll see.
Oh, I'm bringing special feast for raid night. You're gonna love it. And
Can't wait.
And from not last week, but the week before that,
No, it was like 2 weeks ago.
maybe 2 weeks before. I don't know.
It was like Valentine's week or something.
At this point, I'm lucky. I know that today is Saturday. So that reminds me, I might have to. No, just kidding. Wickedkitten is back! Yay! Woo.
Hey! How you doing, Draven?
Oh,
I regret it as soon as I asked it.
It's just been a long couple days, especially when you're staying up till 5, 6 in the morning playing Heroes for some random reason.
What idiot stays up until 5 in the morning playing Heroes?
Yeah. Luckily, I knew I wasn't going to be able to sleep anyway, so it wasn't a big issue.
Which I need to start playing more heroes. So, hi, guys.
Hi.
Welcome to Heroes of the Storm.
I don't know. That was
I don't know where that was either, so...
I wanted to join in the voices, man.
Well, I have lots of voices I could do, but not all of them are very good.
I can do Tracer. Tracer here? That's about it. Yeah, there you go.
You have some wild obsession with that girl, I'm telling you, but it's okay. It's okay.
I like my women fast and with bombs on them.
I mean...
Disclaimer for all those people at the FBI. She didn't actually mean real people with bombs on them. She meant...
I'm talking about Tracer from the very, very incredibly popular game Overwatch.
Yes, that's the only time that she likes a girl being fast with bombs on them. Outside of that, get rid of the bombs and she's okay. But anyway, As both of you have been here before, I think it's safe that we can assume we can skip the interview part unless you're going to keep, like, waving hi at the camera from, like, right in front of it.
I'm fixing the camera.
Yeah,
It's doing some weird thing.
I know.
There
I was
we go.
picking on you. But I do have to ask Zeph, how has your week been?
Well, I ran ICC and I didn't get that mount. I swear it's invisible. I also didn't get the all the wear mount again. And then I started to play a little bit of Overwatch and Diablo and all the other Blizzard games because I got a new computer and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I've like been playing all the things that I can. And yeah, like my geeky little heart can't take it anymore. So it's a thing.
It's a thing. I know whenever I got my computer, the one that I currently have, and spent way more money on what I should have at the time, and got less out of it than I thought I did. I'm still kicking myself over that idiot mistake. But it's been upgraded since then, so... when I first learned that I can turn all my games up to Ultra, I was like, it's so much prettier now. And then on top of that, holy crap, I'm getting 90 frames a second on Ultra. So, I get the whole, I'm gonna play all the things.
Makes the game so much prettier, doesn't it?
Yeah. The one thing I did do, like for Warcraft in particular, I took off the sun shafts because those just annoyed me in the first place. And all they did was negate frames. It didn't really add to anything much. So.
You know, well, my whole thing is that when I got the new computer, I sat in some of my favorite zones. For example, I started in Azuna, and then I went to the gnome starting zone. I went to the orc starting zones, and just went from there. Went through Firelands just because I could, and I have everything from there, but I just wanted to see it. And your brain, like I'm even doing it now because like I had my reactions to them were a little different because of the visual and all the audio stuff too. And you're like, oh. Wow. You just stare. Like I stood out like flying on my big bird mountain that I got from there, from Fireland, and I'm just like, this place is this pretty and it's this destructive. Okay, let's do it.
So, Wicked, since you probably haven't been there, it looks like Blaze went through and just covered the place in oil, and then flung his flamethrowers and said, "Have fun!"
Oh, wow.
Just as a reference point. Fire everywhere, hence why it's called Firelands.
Yeah, I've been to a very limited amount of places. And I think the one place I was looking forward to going to was Shadow Moon Valley. And I got there and killed a bunch of animals for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Which one? There's 2 of them now.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Was it pretty or was it purple and destroyed?
It was pretty, I think. It was, with the sky and it was just, yeah.
Okay,
there wasn't anything messed up about it.
That's the newer version.
I went there and there was some funny quest. I'm pretty sure when you're a noob in WoW, you end up doing all these stupid things you don't need to. But you don't know you don't need to do it, so there was something where I had to kill 50 animals or something to get some kind of reward. So I spent a bunch of time. You
need to do all the things, everything, all of them. Yesterday, do all of them. And by the way, Wicked, next time you're in WoW, I will take you through Firelands because I can, and it's epic.
I have to resub. I'm thinking about it. It's hard.
Well, the moment that you do, I'm not saying if, I'm saying when you do. Tell me.
Oh, I will. You'll see me. I got you on my list.
Because Wicked and I are going to have a date in Firelands. That's it.
We're gonna
That's
set
hot.
it on fire.
And then we're going to let it burn. Song reference. Ding.
Let it burn.
Is there going to be a ring involved? Because then another song reference.
Right, put a ring on.
Well, I wasn't going to say put a ring on it. Just is there a ring involved? Because you're going to the Fireland, so ring of
A
fire.
I fell into a... Okay, never mind. I ain't gonna-
Fire.
No copyright infringement intended, boys and girls.
All right. So anyway, as I feel like another cough that I just can't seem to get rid of is coming on. News.
That's when you just throw it to someone else.
Yeah, let's throw it to somebody else. This time, sure. Diablo. We'll throw it to Diablo because that's fire related.
Yeah.
Excuse
So-
me.
The news is
The news.
that it's coming, or potentially coming, to the Nintendo Switch. Which, mind you, this is one of 3 reasons why I want to get a Switch now. So it's Diablo, and then they also said Crash Bandicoot may be coming to the Switch. That was
Super
talked
Smash
about. I've
Brothers.
seen that on. Yep. So
Yeah.
I'm extremely excited. Like, if this can happen, I would be just peachy. But if they do make it happen, now that we have all these potential connections for seasons, maybe they'll find a way, or Blizzard will find a way to make the seasons connected somehow. So at least that's my wish. I don't know if that will ever happen, but that's a thing.
Yeah. Out of all the Blizzard games, Diablo is the one that would be easiest to translate over to some kind of a mobile device, whether that is a Switch or even a phone or an iPad or something.
Yeah, and this, I was, yeah, okay. Oh, Overwatch on a Switch. How would that work?
No.
Just like it would on an Xbox or a PlayStation, except not as good, probably.
I'm sorry. I'm prejudiced. I'm like, PC gamer, Mac gamer, so I stay away from the consoles.
What?
I said PC Master Race.
Oh, that seems racist.
It's not.
It's okay. It's okay. I played Wolfenstein, so I'm
Okay.
Killed
So
enough Nazis.
I will say PC Master Race because that's what I play my games on. The last console I played is sitting right over here, and it is a PS2. So
I have a PS2.
I'm a little far back, but I haven't gotten any of the newer ones. A, because I never really felt the need to, and most of them didn't have backwards compatibility at the time, so I was like, no, screw that. And I have a few PS1 games, such as some of the Final Fantasy games, like 7, that I'm eagerly waiting on. That game alone would make me buy a system. But that neither here nor there. Diablo on the Switch could be interesting. I could see it happening. Blizzard has not officially said anything, but there's a lot of dots that are connecting saying Diablo on Switch. So, fun.
I'd be much more excited with it on mobile. If they could find a way to make that mobile, I would like that. Because, something like those, the tap games, where you just kind of, tap the screen, I think that would be something great. You could play at work.
Shouldn't you be working at work?
Well, I take breaks and sometimes I just walk away and don't do what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm joking. Just on my,
Speaking
I
of
play
walking
Hearthstone.
away and not doing what you should be doing, A game that I walked away from, Hearthstone. I'm not actually skipping anything in the show notes. I'm connecting A to Q to B. If you log into Hearthstone right now, you can get StarCraft stuff. If you log into StarCraft, you get StarCraft stuff. If you log I think it's Hearthstone also. Hearthstone might not be for a little bit yet. But Diablo, you can get StarCraft stuff. A battlecruiser pet. Overwatch, you get the Sarah Kerrigan Widowmaker skin. Because getting the Nova skin wasn't enough for her. But the Kerrigan skin looks really cool. Warcraft phoned it in. You get a feat of strength if you /salute a StarCraft themed pet. Zergling, Grunty, Mini Thor, Baneling, Zeradar, that kind of thing. So you'd have to find someone that has one of these, and these are from the collector's editions only. Find one of these people who has one and has it out. Target it, /salute, you get a feat of strength. It does nothing whatsoever. Everything else has something. Warcraft was like, no, we're good. That's my one complaint about it.
Yeah, and it's like, most people will either do it in their raid teams or, within their guild, or, they'll go to their garrison, pop out the pet and say, hey, everybody, come to my garrison, or whatever it is.
I mean, I have a couple of these pets, so I will probably hang out and I will have them out on all of my characters, and I will hang out in Dalaran on wherever, just because that's the main hub. And, I'll just sit around and hang out for a bit. And I am going to stand corrected. Hearthstone is not until March 21st, so you still have, a week and a half. And then Warcraft is at the end of the month.
Aren't you sitting?
Fine, I will sit corrected.
Good.
He can also stand on his head if you really wanted to.
I could stand on my head, but that would not make a good podcast. Not that I'm used to making a good podcast. So
that would make the best podcast. Come on.
I mean, I would be giggling really hard.
See,
but,
okay, so here's the problem. The way the camera is angled, podcasters don't wear pants.
True.
My mind is unclean.
That being said, I don't consider myself a real podcaster, so I am wearing pants. But there's that. And since we're mentioning StarCraft stuff, this month, and I think this month only, there's some special StarCraft emotes for Twitch. There's a Protoss, a Zerg, and a Terran one. And if you watch 2 whole hours of StarCraft stuff on Twitch, and your BattleNet is linked between March 6th and April 6th, so it just started, and you got a month. You only have to watch 2 hours of StarCraft, and here's the hint. You can have it in a tab, you can mute the tab, and you can go about your business, do something else if you're not really into StarCraft. But I would recommend watching it if it's high level and you're interested, because it can be cool. You get a Protoss-looking Bob Ross. They're calling it Bobtoss, and I thought it was hysterical. I almost used it as the title art, and then the Diablo thing hit, and I'm like, I gotta use that. That's just better. But Bobtoss.
It's hilarious.
Yes. So yeah, that's the big news for StarCraft. I mean, there's a tournament going on. Scarlet, who won over in Korea recently, hasn't been having a good 2018 since then. So it's, Koreans being the overlords of pretty much all esports again. But hey, Wicked, there's a game I know you like.
Is there?
I know there is at least one. I don't know what it is, but I'm guaranteeing that there's at least one out there.
Me like games.
There's this one game where you can play a deer lady.
You could do that in WoW, can't you?
No.
Oh no, you can't.
But you might get to be a fox person next expansion.
Well, maybe I'll sign up for that.
And then I guarantee you, if we get that particular race, and they're called the Volpera, they're little fox people, one of the jokes is going to be something along the lines of, "You don't get to know what I say." But anyway, back to the game you like. What is League of Legends? No, it's Dota. No,
Nobody plays Dota. Let's
I know
just
a lot
say
of
that
people
right
play
now.
Dota.
It's Heroes of the Storm.
Oh, okay. I knew it was something.
The Heroes of the Storm. Is it the? No, maybe it's just Heroes of the... I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's no "the" in it.
Shut up.
You can
I
add
used to
"the" for
play
emphasis.
Heroes, so whatever. But this is not that podcast. So moving on.
Anyway,
Bless you,
yes.
I guess. I don't know.
Sorry
if
about that. I
sneeze.
had a coughing fit. Anyway, Heroes. Western Clash thingy happened.
It was incredible. How much of it did you get to see?
About 3 hours total.
Oh, my goodness gracious! It was fantastic. Absolutely, like especially. Everyone knows that my team is Dignitas, and Dignitas won the entire thing, which I never lost faith in them, but you know how it is. They took it all the way to, was it game 7 or game 6? It was 6, right? Because they had already...
They had the advantage, so they were up 1. So it ended up... In actual games ended up being 3-3. But because they had that 1 game advantage, which they need to figure out a better way to do, because I'm starting to get to the point where I'm like, I don't really like that system.
Well, I'd have to delve into it more quickly. I know some people had issues with the whole, extra advantage thing, but then...
Well, this is the second time that it's gone on to be the actual games played were 3-3, but the one team won because they had the advantage of 1-0 before it even started. So this is
But the other team
time.
also went undefeated for quite a lot of games, so I mean...
Yeah, it's just one of those...
and I was hearing somebody talk about this, and, I didn't go back and do the math, but one of my things is if we're going to go, if they get, like, an advantage or something like that for winning so many games in a row, you could also do it by counting how many games in total the one team won for the day as opposed to the other one, because, I mean, well, won versus lost, because... played...
I personally am getting to the point where I would rather see everyone wants either you're going to get map pick or first pick. Let the team who has the advantage, instead of giving them a 1-0, let them have both. Give them an actual advantage for the game for being in the winner's bracket. Or if they happen to lose, they have to go again. Because, everyone should get a chance at a loser's bracket. Or there's no loser's bracket, which would be kind of... but... The whole giving a +1 game advantage is kind of... I was okay with it for a while, but at this point I'm just kind of like... No, I'm not really digging it.
Well, what you will dig is, how awesome Dig did. They won a lot of games that day. I'm just gonna say.
I chose my words on purpose.
They did deserve to win. I'm not saying Zealots didn't. They did really, really, really good. Like, incredible. Like, we're gonna see more of them in the future, but, I'm not gonna be completely biased because it's my team, but they won throughout the whole day. They were killing it, and I get it could have gone either way. It really could have.
Yeah.
But I had faith in them, so maybe it was my faith that made them win. Probably not. But last game was incredible, though. Did you watch it, by the way?
Sadly, I had to check out the VOD, so I did not see it live because of the aforementioned previous weeks puppy sitting and such. I have had limited internet while I'm doing such things, so
I'm going to say, if anybody wants to watch an incredible game, watch that series, that last series, watch the last game. Hell, watch the last 5 minutes of that game. It was incredible. Zealots fought so hard, and it was, last
it came
game.
so far.
Yeah, shut up.
But
it
in
was
the
Towers
end,
of Doom. Stop. It was Towers of Doom, and it literally came down to the last shot, that kind of thing. I was on the edge of my seat. I was excited, and I think either way, whoever won, I was going to be, satisfied with the game. But, when Dignitas won, I might have, hysterically, went a little crazy and teared up and everything. It was really good. Just incredibly fantastic. Just a fantastic set of games. And I'm even more excited for, the next set of games and everything that's to come, because it's only going to get better than this, right?
one can hope. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying, overall, hopefully the Western people, especially NA, can start catching up to the rest of the world, because we started off on the top, and then after that BlizzCon, tank. Just completely NA died. Overconfidence, among multiple other things, not doing it seriously enough or whatever, I don't know, but...
Yes, North America needs to, I guess, as cheesy as this sounds, they need to bring it a little harder. I have a bit of faith in Heroes Hearth. I really kind of like them. They were doing fantastic until, they got knocked out. So I'm gonna continue to keep my eye on them, because I even said last time I was here that I'm just keeping my eye on them. So they could be good. They're still a young team, and we're sowing seeds right now for North America, and it takes time for those seeds to grow. But they will.
Yeah, and hopefully some of the people who may or may not have been on said championship team decide to go away, because they're not helping. I don't think they're on Heroes Hearth, but there are some people who might have been good at the time, but they're not anywhere near what they were. So they need to kind of hang it out, but whatever.
Wow.
I'm not bitter at all.
No.
No, the few people I was like, oh, they're really good, and they retired. But anyway, also for Heroes, if you care, Season 2 for 2018 has started.
Woohoo!
Yay. I haven't done any placements there yet, because... I don't know, I just haven't. I will get there eventually. I know where my MMR is. Thank you for that reset not working. I did no Hero League, or very little, if any, quick match at all for 2 seasons. It was all AI games. That's why I was always in an AI game. It wasn't because I wanted to do it. It was I was just clearing quests when I had chance. So I was going through it quick. But I was trying to clear my MMR as much as I could. And it didn't help. On my second account, I'm 14 ranks higher than my main account. I'm just I know where I should be, and I know where I am, but because I was as bad as I was at the start, aka, oh, the towers can kill you? Oh, that sucks. And then 30 seconds later, oh, the towers can still kill you? Oh, that sucks.
AKA Draven had an epic fail moment.
I was bad. I never had played a MOBA before. I actually had never played League either prior to Heroes coming out. I've since played League maybe 3 or 4 times. But because I had a grasp of what the game, how it worked, I didn't suck. In fact, I took the character who had the same name as me, because duh. In fact, that was the only character in that game I actually bought, because he had my name. You're welcome, Riot. But I got the best possible rating for him. Admittedly, I was not playing against the highest skilled people, so if that was the case, I would have sucked. But still, for where I was, I think I did rather well. But when I come back to Heroes, where I actually know the stuff, I'm stuck in a level that I know I shouldn't be in. And it just... I would give them money to give me a reset. Like, just wipe out my MMR entirely, let me earn it, and see where I'm at. If I get put back in the same spot, well, sucks to be me. But if I get, where I think I should be, which is not Grandmaster, I'll tell you that now. High gold, maybe. Gold 1, gold 2. I think that's where I would be, and I'd be fine with that. But because of where I'm at, I'm just like, first pick Nova. I see that. Or I will see, let's not get a healer or a tank. Let's go 5 DPS. And this is...
How about the...
this is a long map.
How about the on-voice comms, and the person decides to pick Nova instead of whatever character everyone suggested or, questioned, and then they go Nova and then turn voice chat off. I actually saw that happen.
I haven't seen that happen, but yeah, that would... And it's
Just
always... Like,
I
when I get into games and there's actual people in voice chat, even if no one's talking hardly at all, they're more polite. Like, even in their typing. Or ping, it's a more polite overall. The quality of game is better overall. But at the same time, I've never had a full team in chat. Unless it's a group, like with you, Wicked, if I'm playing games with you, and then you have 3 other people with us. Or actually, I join off of you, and you have 3 other people with you already. Which is usually how it goes. I'm like, hey, she's on. Does she have a full team? No? Okay, join.
Yeah, I've never seen it in all, full team. But of course, when people can hear your voice, they're going to be possibly a little bit kinder, just because, it's like the human thing, you hear the person as opposed to just seeing words on a screen and a name. It's kind of that way. But
and the other thing is too is that are we going to see the case for people being rude, obnoxious, not as polite as they can be? Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I call that those groups of people, and you might want to, I don't know. I call them e-ballers. That they grow up hair in front of their computer screen. But when you call them out on it, it's like they recoil, and you physically tell them, shut the hell up. That's not very nice. Please don't do that. We're actually trying to play a game and be competitive, and you're not giving any constructive feedback. They tend to go away. So, and I've seen it in WoW. I've seen it in, a lot of games. So, but yeah, I've seen some people be like, you know what, sayonara if you don't like it.
Yeah, I was... last season in Heroes for the voice chat, we had 4 people in for Hero League, and I was like, oh, we got 4. But no one said anything until midway through the draft. I was like, okay, that's, fine, whatever. If you don't want to talk, that's fine. Maybe you're in it just to hear and listen. People were still typing. And then one person made a Beavis and Butthead reference. And everyone but me, and I got the reference, everyone but me started doing Beavis and Butthead. And everyone started joking and stuff like that. So we went into the game actually fairly relaxed and okay with each other. And then when the game started, we put away the silliness until the end, and we focused in and we destroyed the other team. I don't know if they weren't in comms at all, but we just managed to we took them out. It was like some of the games we had last night, Wicked, where we just okay, we're just gonna death ball because that's gonna be fun.
And that's the beauty part. You're gonna have instances like that where good stuff happens and you make friends and you joke about stuff, and you guys have way more experience with this because you played WoW where I'm guessing you would be on voice comms with people you didn't know sometimes, right? With the raids.
With the raids, yeah.
You didn't know everybody.
Your raid teams, you join them. I've joined Pugs, and they're like, "Hey, we have this voice chat." So, we're in this program. Oh, okay. Well, let me go download that random goofy freaking program because you haven't updated in the past 13 years.
Oh yeah. I can tell you raid stories where they haven't been so pleasant, but that's if Draven wants me to tell the story, I will.
No, I mean, there's good stories and there's bad stories. Well, I'm trying to keep it on the positive side. Not everything is going to be the whole, okay, let's have a couple of Beavis and Butthead comments and then destroy the team. You are going to get the internet trolls, and even in voice, you're going to get the jerks. I had a jerk in one of my games. I think it was my 10th placement last season, and they were just like, meh. And I was like, I died twice. You died 15 times. One of us was bad.
My God.
And
yeah,
I didn't say anything to them in the chat, but that was my thought process, and I was like, you're calling me bad. I'm leading siege damage on Sylvanas, as I should be probably. I'm fairly close on hero damage, which on Sylvanas is weird most of the time.
But doable.
It's doable, yeah.
I know a guy.
XP, I'm fairly up there on. I'm not leading, but I'm close. I have the least amount of deaths. I have the second most kills on my team. I'm terrible, but I'm leading all these stats, and you're leading deaths.
Well, he was leading something at least. Let's continue this positivity.
Yeah, I mean, he was leading something. I guess that could be taken away, but it was just one of those things that you're going to get the toxic people, and I know I have the white guy privilege thing going with me.
Yes.
Because, I'm obviously a white dude, and you guys are both female, so your voice communication thing is going to be a little different, and I wish that wasn't the case. However, I am a realist, and I realize most guys on the internet, some to most, I won't say all, but some to most, anywhere between 20% and 80% of guys on the internet.
Make up fake numbers.
Yes. Somewhere between, 1 and 99 can be a little bit...
Even nice guys can be jerks.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
I learned that recently.
I will give Wicked crap, but she knows I'm giving her crap, and she throws it back at me, and that's the only reason I give her crap is because that's just how it works.
It's a different thing, though.
Exactly. We realize what we're doing. We are not being intentionally rude to each other.
And plus, and you let him do that to you, Wicked. So come on now, girlfriend.
Oh no! Like I said, I enjoy that segment of our friendship. It's just that's who we are. We're almost the same person in that way, with the the ribbing and all that. And stupid jokes.
Whenever I'm giving her crap, I am not doing it with ill intent. I am doing it because it's funny, and I know she's going to get a kick out of it, even though it's kind of poking fun, but it's also poking fun at something else, too. So I'm not doing it to be mean, and just like she...
It also gives me the privilege to be able to be mean right back.
Exactly, and I'm fine
And
with
that's
that.
not easy for a girl to do. Like,
maybe not for you.
Well, there's like I mean, as I get older, it seems to be getting easier, but, I go into like a chat situation. I've heard some girls playing too, because I watch other streams and I'll hear them. And the girls that end up being in voice chat with the guys, they're incredibly quiet. they're polite, they don't say too much, you know, they don't want to cause any trouble. And like, can you imagine like going into a game like that, just
that's
scared to even say,
that's
you know,
that's
hey,
why I
think
said
we
I
should
had
do this.
Yeah, that's why I said I had white guy privilege. I can say almost anything I want, and it's fine, and that is not okay. But if you went in to the exact same situation and said anything at all, holy crap, it's a girl. Hey, you got a boyfriend?
No.
I'm like,
that's the second thing I'd be thinking. First, I'd be like, oh, you're a girl, you know,
get on a healer.
You can't play video games. You can't tell us what to
Yeah.
do. Go in the kitchen and make chicken pot pies or whatever.
Well, I mean, that's gonna all be on the list, except maybe the chicken pot pie part would be more of a sandwich.
The boyfriend thing is like the next step.
Yeah, I mean, but first it's gonna be you can't play games. Get on a healer. But I can't play games, so what difference does it make if I want a healer? So you know, it just. And then, heaven forbid, if you were not a white girl sounding.
I sound like a white girl?
Yes.
Do I?
Yes. I'm just saying.
I would say I'm not gonna say white because that seems a little bit racist considering I'm not white, but my skin is technically white. But because I have family members who are of varying shades of Hispanic, and we all sound the same. So I'm gonna say it's more of like an affluent type way of speaking. You know, I don't think I have a particular, like, even though I live in Jersey, I don't have like Jersey accent necessarily. Shut up. I'm gonna punch you. Yeah, a little bit. All right, fine. But I don't have like the like the Fran Drescher sounding Staten Island fairy sounding kind of.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's like if you pay attention enough, people can place where you are. Like a lot of people put me in Ohio, but I'm really from Pittsburgh. So.
We all live like in a line of each other.
Someone asked me what kind of accent do I have. I was like, I call my accent dictionary. Because I pronounce my words the way it says in the dictionary.
Not necessarily. Because there's also Canadians and Australians and Europeans who speak different English than we do. But it's just, we speak the, we
got that Midwestern kind of accent.
See, and other than like Mexico, like on the border, and Canada, everybody else across the world think that we all sound Southern, and that's not the case until they make a trip throughout or various places around the United States, and they're like, oh. I mean, like I've had exchange students come here from Japan and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, you don't sound like I thought you would." And the one translator said, "This is what we thought you would sound like," and he brought up a video on the American YouTube from and he was like, "This is what," and it was like Dukes of Hazzard. Like not everybody sounds like that.
Yeah. But, everyone's gonna have their own experiences, even with accents, in voice chats, stuff like that. Overall, it's been mostly a positive thing.
Can I say something, though? I mean, like,
maybe.
Since I have a moment to be on, like, a platform here, so to speak, I'm gonna get on my soapbox, and, I was on the side of not necessarily wanting the voice chat in the game to begin with, but it was, it was like a battle, and everybody who, women and minorities who needed to let it be known what they were fearful of, they needed to say what, they needed to state their side and to let it be known, and, we lost the battle because we are the minority. But now it's here, and it, I give it to you and any of the, your kind. Does that sound racist? Wait a minute, that may have been racist. You get my point.
What do you mean by your kind?
Your white privilege.
Oh, okay.
But it's up to us too. Like, I'll include myself in that. It's up to us to create the positive atmosphere that we want. When we see something wrong, we need to report it. When we hear something going on, we need to defend people. We need to be, those good, beacons. We can't just sit back and say, oh, well, there's nothing that, I could have done. That's what we have to do, because this is our game. And we have to protect it. And we have to, protect the good parts of the community. It's our responsibility.
So to sum up, people on the internet should stop being douche nozzles.
Yeah, but not just that. The good people, there's that famous quote from the guy that I don't remember who it was, but what did he say? Oh God, I'm gonna get this quote so badly wrong, but it's like something about a good man not doing anything. Something. All it takes is.
I know what quote you're trying to go for, but I don't remember.
The person does nothing. They're just as equally as bad. Something to that effect. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like all it takes is for a good man to do nothing to let something. Wow, I've been so eloquent on this show. I'm sure you're. I'm just saying, just be good people. I know that you are. I've seen so many of you. I obviously am deep into this Heroes of the Storm community, being around all these podcasts and everything, and just you guys are incredible. And I know you can continue to make this game just the wonderful thing it is for all of us. I'm climbing off my soapbox now.
Okay. You know what else is wonderful?
Cake?
What kind of cake?
Chocolate?
What kind of chocolate?
I don't know, I don't bake.
Red velvet. Then making cupcakes.
Oh, red velvet cupcakes, yes.
Not a huge fan of red velvet, but you're allowed to have your opinion. What I was going to say, though, you know what else is cool? Or what was I?
Snow?
Anyway, Hearthstone.
Segways, man.
I know, I'm really good at segues. In that not at all kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Hearthstone. There's a little bit of news here outside of esports stuff, which I don't... It's Hearthstone, I don't care.
I like Hearthstone.
You're allowed. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with Hearthstone. I just can't play it because it costs too much money, even though it's a free-to-play game.
I don't...
I played that great game for free since it's been released.
Yeah,
so.
I just didn't play it enough is my issue, because I was playing all these other games. So, partially my... I'm not going to say it's not partially my fault.
You teach me Heroes, I teach you Hearthstone.
I know how to play the game.
I want you to get better. Let's shake on it. And actually, you know what? Better than that. What made you death? He's better at the game than I am, so...
He's better than all of us combined.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know how to play the game. I just don't play it enough to get all the cards that I would need to keep it free to play. And the only way I could do that, and be competitive, I should say, and the only way I could do that would be to stop playing other games, or...
The question is, do you want to be really competitive, or do you just want to be a casual zone player?
I get competitive no matter how casual I am.
I mean, because I do the ranked ladder, but I don't get, incredibly far, and I don't pay anything.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I'm just so far behind that I just want to be able to win more than I lose. I could catch up if I really put some effort into it, but I have other things to do. So the fact that they just gave me 3 packs for the newest Kobolds and Catacombs thing was nice. I haven't opened them yet because I haven't loaded the game, but I have them.
I have them too.
Yeah. 'Cause apparently there was an issue with the ranking system. I didn't really look into it, but there was an issue. You got 3 packs out of it.
Mm-hmm. Since they changed the ranking system, there was also an issue. Just like the issue in Heroes. What are you going to do?
Yeah. But the season changes that we mentioned, the ranking changes have taken effect. So to go from 25 to 24 is now 5 stars, and it's all every single ranking is 5 stars instead of the 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, you know, etc. And then instead of getting to rank 20 to get the card back, you just have to basically win 5 ranked matches. Not even in a row, just win 5. So if you start at the very bottom, which is where I would be, I would just have to go from 25 to 24, and yay, I get a card back right then and there. Because it's a quest, win 5 ranked matches. Easy peasy.
I already got it.
I don't.
Yeah.
The last card back I got from that game was the one I got for pre-purchasing Warcraft expansion digitally.
I think I've gotten almost every single one since I started playing 2.5 years ago.
I had a lot of card backs, and then I just stopped playing because I wasn't playing enough to keep up. So I decided, you know what? Set it aside. I didn't touch it again for 3 expansions, I think, and then they did the dungeon runs, and I started playing that.
But as many card backs as I have, guess which one is the only one I use?
Heroes.
It's also the prettiest one.
It's also the one I use.
It's got the spinnies on it.
Yeah. I don't use that one.
It's fine.
I'm a basic, just let me play the cards. I'm not too into the card backs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like them. They're a cool feature, but I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's more like the status thing of getting to 20 every month.
Yeah, I know some people that will only use the most recent card back. I know some people like myself, or even you, Wicked, will use the Heroes one. I know some people use the Overwatch one, or the whatever random one. Everyone does it their own way. It's a card back. It doesn't change how you play the game. It's like skins in Overwatch. It doesn't actually matter because you can't see them yourself. It's just for other people to see, and then if you make the highlight reel. But at that point, there are some skins in Overwatch, so I'm like, I must have this.
Did you discuss the skins and heroes last week?
The cop ones, yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, we had some fun with the pre-show. We played the cops theme. We played a police song.
Gray means a pup. Gray pup, I like to call him.
Yeah. But
I like to call Greymane Dog Boy. He needs to leave my Anduin alone. Thank you very much.
Oh, you like Anduin?
You mean Manduin? Yes.
I'm not saying Anduin's the reason that the old gods are going to take over. But I'm not saying it either.
No, I don't... yes, that is a possibility. However, I think, Greymane needs to kind of, I think it's either going to be, he's going to be Anduin is going to be too much of a softie, or Dog Boy is going to get very angry and do something. So, yeah. It's not going to be very good for the
He'll
alliance.
bark, and then Anduin will get a stick and throw it, and he'll have to go chase it.
Anduin.
But anyway, before we get into a whole bunch of WoW stuff, there was some Overwatch news. Besides, we covered it last week. Brigitte is coming. She's got some interesting skins. Reinhardt has his own voice line, apparently, that got added to the game that no one noticed until recently. But, you know how we were talking about people being, internet trolls and bullies and just general people with bad behavior?
Jerks, you mean?
Jerks, yeah, that would be a good word. I could have gone way worse than that, but I'm glad you picked jerks. Well, Overwatch has this thing about its Overwatch League and its players, where you're not allowed to be jerks. At all. Ever. Even on your own stream. If you are a streamer. And so far, one person has gotten hit twice. and he got XQC, I believe is his name.
Excuse me.
He's now been suspended twice,
Yeah.
fined twice.
Yep.
Teammate of his has been fined. Some other random people have been fined. I realize that these are younger kids, especially compared to, us. These are like teenagers or low 20s, early 20s at the latest.
But even then, if you stop and think about it, you get paid to play this video game. And you now carry the Overwatch symbol on your jersey. And my dad, he used to work for a company, and they used to give them t-shirts and stuff all the time with the company logo on it. They said, even if you wear your lanyard or have your badge with you, with our company lanyard logo on that lanyard or on your badge, that makes our company or our game or whatever it is look bad. So we can fire you for that. And these other things, by getting fined, have to be in their contracts that they've signed.
Oh, yeah, they are.
So they are well aware of this. So I do not feel bad for these people that are getting fined, kicked out, whatever it is. If some of these guys keep pushing it, especially XQT, they will just be gone, and Blizzard will not care. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Especially for what they're putting out there.
I don't know how far they have to go to actually be kicked out. Like suspended, yes, that's going to happen. But to actually be like, no, you're done. I don't know how far where that line is of where they can, because at this point, no offense, Thist, I know you're a fan of his, but XQC to me has crossed the line twice. He gets the warning once, and now he did it again. Learn from your mistakes. Yeah. Stop doing that. Make Thist rich by, she's got one of the few XQC jerseys out there. Remember that time he was only in there for stage... Well, he wasn't even in for stage 1. Remember that time he was in there for that 1 week? I mean, that'll make her have something worth extra. And I know she's a fan of his, and, it's his own stream, but all that. But they are now employed by not only whoever their sponsors are, their teams, but now technically also by Blizzard.
They're representatives of Blizzard.
So stop doing that. I realize you're either a teenager or low 20s. I realize that age people are dumb.
And
it doesn't matter how smart they are, people are freaking dumb at that age.
And I sort of flip it the other way, and I say to people, if someone was saying that about, someone that you care about or someone that is close to you, how would you feel? Forget the working part of this, but just stop to think about that. If that was, SQT or whoever it was that was fined out of all of this. And the other guy was from Dallas Fuel. It was Timo or whatever his name is.
Taimu.
Or Taimu. Okay, yeah, he was using anti-gay slurs. I'm sure somebody that he knows, is gay, or whatever it is. And it could have been even anything like, against women, against, what happens if somebody said, something to his best friend about being not a straight person, or his mom, you know what I mean? Like, he would probably flip a lid. So just because you're young doesn't mean that you have to be rude. So...
Well, I'm not using it as an excuse. What I was saying was that at that age, you just don't care. Like, you're not thinking, like, people will say, oh, that's so gay, or something like that, and they don't realize what that actually means.
They're ignorant.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's willfully ignorant or just voluntarily ignorant.
Yeah, well,
But
I mean,
there, at this point, we're to the point
I mean,
where
and I ask the question, well, and then I flip it around. Okay, well, if you want to use that word, use their name as the negative word. Replace it. How does that make you feel now?
Yeah, I'm not saying
Probably
it's right.
incredibly stupid. And I've done that to people online, even mid-grade, and I'm like, listen, what about, you say that's so gay, but what about, that's so Draven, replacing the word, and I'm just using you as an example. Don't think that I'm saying this to you, but it's like, or that's so wicked, or that's so whatever it is.
That actually sounds good.
But that sounds good. But if I would say your real name, no, you don't know. That's because at that point that's calling you out. And number two, now we're using your name in a negative way or in a negative fashion. So do you really want to have that negative on you now? And then now Dallas Fuel could be like, you were already fined for this. We don't want you. Or you continue to do this and we no longer want you because you're a problem. And then that's a secondary thing that's negative. And it's like, you're 20, you're getting paid to play video games. Don't be dumb. Don't ruin it. Because not everybody has this opportunity.
I mean, it would be different if it was not a team game. If it was a solo play game, Mortal Kombat, they have tournaments. Smash Brothers, I don't know if I think that's single player. And you want to be a jerk then? Be a jerk then. I don't care. I'm not going to root for you if you're a jerk, because you're a jerk, and I don't like jerks. But...
Can you say jerk one more time?
No.
Jerky McJerk face.
Exactly.
I don't exactly know what he said.
But he's being not nice to people, and he's being obnoxious and rude, and to the point where Overwatch League is like, hey, you know that money we're supposed to pay you? You owe some of that back to us. Because of what you said.
Of course I heard that, he was saying things, but, I didn't actually, read to see what he had said.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh, this is costing me money by saying this thing. Maybe what they should do is be like, here's an extra little bit of money to the organizations, give them a PR person, and have them spend some time with their players and such so that they can be like, maybe you should think before you say something, especially if you have to type it first. But if you are a streamer, like half of Dallas Fuel or most of Dallas Fuel, and I'm sorry I'm using these guys as an example, but they're proving themselves to be the ones who are giving the most examples to give. Maybe you should calm down and not do that, because one, if you're streaming on Twitch, they just updated their rules too. If you're being if you're breaking Twitch rules, which I think some of these guys might possibly be right on the edge of, they're not going to be streaming anymore. Which means
that would be on any platform if they see you on Twitter, Facebook, anywhere.
Yeah, so the fact that these guys are streaming on Twitch, they've been caught on Twitch with these things. If Twitch shuts them down, that's their own income gone, because they won't get the fact that they're partnered and they can have subs and all that gone. That's their own income out. If Overwatch gets rid of them, guess what? Now you're just really good at a game. You're not allowed to play anymore.
It's such a hard thing when it comes to...
Would you like fries with that? Get used to that phrase, because that's what's going to happen.
It's just so hard when it comes to the things that come out of your mouth while you're playing, I've said lots of stuff, and sometimes I get angry, and I'm not
but you're not
excuses for anyone saying anything, but
you aren't
I'm just
inciting people. You aren't trying to incite people with what you're saying is the difference.
So
I'm not saying what you're doing is right. And there's a reason why I don't stream me playing some of these games too, because I can. You might not hear me, but half the time I am talking. I'm like, why are these people doing this? So, There's a reason why I'm quiet when I play games. And every game system I have push-to-talk on because I know how I can get, which is why I don't stream. Now, I'm also not being paid to play these games. So, maybe... I don't know. I also don't go on Twitter and be like, this person is a beep, 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 beep. Piece of beep, 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 beep. You know?
That's
So...
true. I think the most I might say is, look at this idiot or something, but even that's not nice.
No, it's not nice, but if you can back that statement up, at least that's, that's an intelligence-related one and not a something you don't have a say in.
They stood in the fire. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm joking. That's like a WoW reference. Though.
Yeah. Just stand in the
Never played.
fire.
Never
Speaking
done a
of
raid.
WoW, since we've been going on about this for a little bit, and we've been going for almost an hour, so let's try to keep it semi-close to an hour, hour and a half. We've got some WoW stuff. Chronicles, book 3, which is the quote-unquote official lore books from Warcraft. We got a preview of. There's some interesting pictures and stuff like that. I haven't had a chance to really dive in to see what's there at the moment, but information's out there. Wowhead, Blizzard Watch, MMO Champion, they've all got previews.
Yeah, and most of the stuff, is on
Yeah.
these, like, I seen Third War, I seen Dark Portal stuff, Lich King stuff.
Yeah, we're just now getting into what we actually, as players, the characters in the game would know about, basically. We're not going to know every detail, but it's to that point where we're starting to figure out, oh, I know where my character was during this time frame, kind of thing. So, be sure to check that out. Amazon, I'm sure, has it up on pre-sale with a date that has not been confirmed yet. So, don't be surprised if that date changes.
Right.
Battle for Azeroth. I mentioned I pre-purchased my digital copy.
I did too.
Yes. Well, if you go to some stores, not every store, but some stores, they're going to have boxes in the store for Battle for Azeroth for pre-purchase. You know what this means? You're paying for a box, and you're going to get a code for the digital copy. But it's in stores, which means not everyone, like... Okay, so Wicked and Zeph, I know you guys listen to some podcasts, and Wicked, I know you listen to a bunch of them. I listen to a bunch too. So not everyone out there listens to podcasts, and that's including people who play these games. Like, I know people... I've been in a group with someone who did not know Wowhead existed in WoW. Like, they didn't know Wowhead was a thing at all. I was like... They were like, what? And I was like, no, really, go here. You can look up anything in game, just about. And they were like, oh my god, this is going to make the game so much easier. I was like, well, yes and no. Because this is a rabbit hole you just got into. So the fact that the boxes are out there is letting the general public, including the people who didn't realize, oh, the pre-orders are out because the shop in-game doesn't always pop up on stuff, so... Yay, boxes. And I thought someone was going to say something, so I was waiting.
But yay for boxes.
Whoa,
I might get a GameStop to get one of the big fancy ones because that art is amazing. So
I'm going to go... Like, if I get a physical copy of the Collector's Edition, which I've been doing since Cataclysm. I wish I would have done it in Wrath, but couldn't. But since Cataclysm, I've gotten the Collector's. If I get the Collector's Edition this time, which I really do want, it's just a matter of money. They usually have like a standee type thing, and depending on what it is, I might be like, hey, instead of throwing that out, how about you say you threw it out, and I just take it home?
yeah, the guys at the GameStop a game, my local GameStop, when Mist of Pandaria came out. I'm like, guys, can I take this with me, please? Like, I bumped into it 3 times, and just looking around, and I'm like, this really, like, I looked at the guy. I'm like, look, I bumped into it 3 times. It really wants me. Tell your boss you threw it out, and I'll take it. And he was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I'm like, really? And I looked at him. I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. Jumping up and down like a little schoolgirl. I'm like, grabbed the box and ran. And I was like, my little gnome legs can't make it any faster than I'm already going. I was so excited.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've made no secret I used to work in a movie theater. Guess what? When they said they threw the posters away, 95% of the time, that ain't true. The employees get a lot of them.
Oh, yeah. I worked at a movie theater, too.
Yeah. I have a complete set of The Lord of the Rings, and when I say complete set, I mean every version from every movie. I have a near complete set of Harry Potter, and some other random movies on top of that I was like, oh, that looks cool. And someone was like, I like this one piece of that poster. I'm going to take that poster home. I'm going to cut that piece out and stick it up on a wall. I've since moved, and I'm stuck with that because I'm not allowed to change it. Thank you, landlord people. But that's neither here nor there. I might, depending on what the artwork for the BFA stuff is, I might try to get it. If for no other reason, it'll make my background a little more interesting.
Right?
Yes. And speaking of interesting, you know that used to be a Death Knight, now a Demon Hunter person who likes to solo everything they can?
Mione, the tank-like person?
Yeah. The old god, as we named the show the other week.
Uh-huh. The one that I said that was the taker of my heart and it's no longer wicked? Yeah.
I don't remember that, but okay.
I
I
do.
don't remember that.
I was making it so Wicked felt better about herself.
I don't.
Okay.
I always feel
Well,
bad.
anyway,
Well, we have cupcakes waiting for you after the show.
Yay!
Punch and
Imaginary cupcakes.
punch and
And glitter cannons.
Just don't even. Anyway, Mione has decided not only to solo a plus 22 Mythic Plus, which is insane to begin with. She's now soloed 11s and 12s in time to get bonus loot. I know groups of 5 that can't do plus 11s and 12s in time. And she's soloing this stuff. I'm like, stop being so good. This person is considered the world's best Death Knight and best, well, I don't know about Death Knight anymore, but best Demon Hunter now because of what she can solo. So.
I'm sure she can figure it out on the DK then if she's doing it on a Demon Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
So.
But because she's maining something else now, someone else might actually be better at her than DK. That's
Can we
all
start
I'm
saying womaning?
Womaning?
Yeah. Because you said she's manning, so can she woman it?
Okay, fine. She's soloing.
Okay.
She's meoning it. There you go.
Sure. And then, as a preview for things to come, orcs get some posture. They're going to stand up straight.
And they're looking hot.
I know, big beefcakes.
I'm going to take your word on that because one, who you're talking about is probably the males. Maybe, who knows?
Maybe.
But more importantly, in that, they're made of pixels, and as such, lost my interest entirely. So even if you were talking about the females, I don't care because they're pixels.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to think they're hot, more power to you. Just know.
Hey, I'm sorry that I can look at something and appreciate the beauty of it and all the wonderful Blizzard people who created it. And
I
you
can
can't.
I can think it looks good, but I'm not going to say it's hot. I'll be like, okay, that looks way better than it used to.
It's a picture. It's just like a picture of anything. Just because the thing isn't necessarily real or dimension, doesn't make it less hot.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. He's got like the horns things in his. I don't know if those are called. Are they tusks or something that come out of his mouth?
No, those are just his teeth.
Oh, that just looks uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Well, just imagine the trolls, how they have the big ones. Those are tusks. Like elephants.
Dwarves don't have any tusks.
Unless they shoot an elephant. Or a troll.
Or put gnomes in between their teeth.
Yeah,
they're kind of chewy, though.
I don't want the humans, because, I mean, if I'm going to go Warcraft, I'm going to, go hard on that. But
I mean, there's pluses and minuses to every race.
Blood Elf?
You just can't be a male on that race. It's all female.
Okay.
There's no such thing as a male blood elf.
No
Right.
problem.
I mean, you could pick the best blood elf you know. They're wicked. And the room was quiet.
And last but not least for news, saving Wicked from the I don't know how to respond to that.
You can read me so well.
I can read so well. That's the great part about it. The PvP season is ending within the next 2 weeks. So this got added to the news because generally there's some sort of a patch when that happens. Is it going to be the end of expansion patch? Absolutely not. But it might be like a story upgrade for the PvE people or something.
When did those casting people stop doing their casting?
When the match is over.
What date was that?
The arena thing? Is that
No.
what... I don't know who you're talking about then.
I'm not crazy.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
Well,
You
I mean,
might
I am.
think I'm crazy. That's all I can
I have
say.
to look that up.
So I would answer your question if I knew what the question was. Like, when
Segue.
does the caster people stop casting? Well, what are they
No,
casting?
if you're special person casting something somewhere, it's an NPC. Oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, that.
That guy. See, if you would have said the NPC in game with the countdown, March. Yeah, that's same time frame, same dates. 21st, I think. 21st, 22nd. So yeah, it's everything's lining up to. Hey, guess what? There's gonna be a patch right around there.
There's gonna be a patch.
Yeah, what that's going to be is probably just going to be, here's the end of the season, and here's a little bit more story we can squeeze out before the last patch of the raid. So we're going to get like 7.3.7 or something like that. Possibly.
What are you up to, Blizz?
They wouldn't tell us even if they were allowed. And I don't blame them.
I know.
Because I wouldn't tell anyone what I was up to if I didn't have to. Which reminds me, that thing I showed after the show last week. I need to work on that more.
Uh-huh.
Because I haven't had time this week.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good.
And poor Wicked was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because she wasn't here and it's been deleted and I won't tell her what it is.
Because Draven's mean. Segway!
No, you just missed it because, life.
Yeah.
But whatever,
She had to
I ain't
stream,
telling
it's
her
fine.
either.
Yeah, she had to stream, it's fine, I understand. She'll see it when it's done.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get
She'll
it done.
never know until then.
Yeah.
But she'll just have to be content with her cupcakes.
I'm always content with my cupcakes.
And on that note, I believe that is, in terms of the news part of the episode, that would be a show. So that brings us to contacts and shoutouts and stuff. So, eeny, meeny, miny, Zeph.
Well, I do want to give a shout out to Old Man Franks that recently did the community spotlight. Thank you. That was pretty cool. Next week is Jules, so keep an eye on that for next week, guys.
And how would people get a hold of you on the internet, should they so choose?
From the blog, it's zephyrahsadventure.wordpress.com. Twitter is Zephyrah_Zella. Same way you see it in the show there, the person name anyway. Or in the Convert to Raid Discord. I also have the Discord for the show, which I'll give you a link for, Draven, to put in the show notes. And in the podcasts, Discord channels there as well.
Okay. Hey, Wicked. I'd let her go first because I knew you struggled last time you were here with thinking of
I
stuff.
always struggle.
So, do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah. Okay. So Firstly, I'm going to shout out to Thorn and Fist of the Lagging Balls podcast. They rated my Twitch stream last night, becoming my first raiders, and it was wonderful and exciting, and they are
made
really,
for
really
a
awesome
wonderful
people.
clip.
Yes, there is a wonderful clip. Feel free to put it in the show notes if you want to. I don't care. It was great. Let's see. Is there anyone else that I wanted to shout out? I can't remember anymore. And I guess the contact. Oh, that Twitch stream is Wickedkitten. Twitch.tv/Wickedkitten13. And if you want to hang out with me in a chat room, usually in the Frog Pants chat for any of those things. And also, just a heads up for people, because I guess if you're not part of the Frog Pants community, but just so you know, the Overpants tournament is going to happen. And so find a Frog Pants person and see if you can get yourself on their team. They might need some people, so, let's get that done. And it's all about fun, so don't think you need to be, like, the best player or anything. And, what else? Oh, yeah, and Wednesday nights, Lords of the Storm. Guys should come by and check it out. That's kind of a shout out and I'll be there kind of thing. So they're at twitch.tv/Lords of the... So I think that's it.
Okay. As for me, shout-outs. I had one and I lost it. I'm really good at that. So I will be nice, and I will give a special shout-out to Zeph for saying she'd show up again tonight. And then also for Wicked for the same reason. Since you guys did literally agree, like, 2 hours before the show. I was like, hey, my guest canceled. Can you guys show up? Yeah, sure. 10 o'clock, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll be there. I had to twist their arms, I know, but... So I will give a special shout out and thank you to both of you. Because me talking to myself, while might entertain me, probably not other people. Unless they're looking at it for
Probably
scientific
not.
reasons. Like, do we need to lock this person up? Because he is...
Oh, they would.
talking to himself.
They would.
I'm not saying anything, but my high school... excuse me. My high school psychology class was supposed to take a trip to an insane asylum. But I was in the class, and they decided they wanted everyone to be able to come home.
You choose me.
So
Sorry, just had to read.
I would just be nice enough to shout out you guys. I will shout out our chat room who has been here. Thank you guys. And then most importantly, well, maybe not, I don't know most importantly, but definitely still important, Patreon people. You have no idea how strange it feels that you think we're worth money here. I won't ever get over that. I will say thank you. Special shout out to Norman because reasons. And Dez over in our Discord and my raid team's Discord. Get well soon. I'm glad that your surgery went well. I expect you back in raid by the end of the year. Preferably before the expansion's over, but I don't know how long that takes to heal, so hopefully you get well soon. Other than that, getting hold of me online at Draven Dresden over on Twitter. It's real easy. I'm not creative. As the person who created this show, I think that's kind of weird to say, but I can be creative. I just don't have an imagination. Well, no, I have a strict imagination. I just have to remind myself that it's there.
Do you know what you want to say?
I know what I'm saying. It's just not coming out right. So yes. Hi.
You just don't eat the law cookies. You'll be fine.
Don't eat the cookies, man. But anyway, yeah. Special shout out to, everyone who's done that and all that. If you want to, like I said over Twitter, if you want to talk to me, cool. If not, that's cool too. I won't lose sleep if you don't want to talk to me on Twitter.
This is going in a weird direction. Just tell people to follow you and stuff, man.
You can follow me all you want. I sometimes tweet stuff. Sometimes funny stuff.
Like, hey, you can talk to me if you want to. If you don't, fine.
Yeah, if you want to talk to
Living
me,
my
awesome.
life.
I had a Blizzard person follow me, and that was a weird feeling.
Yeah, I have a couple of them that follow me now, and it's like,
yeah,
you know who I am, and you want to follow me, really?
Yeah, I mean,
I know, right?
Oh man,
I've got a few, but it's still a weird feeling whenever you see something, you're like, I don't know who this is, and you mouse over it and it says Blizzard employee. I'm like, oh.
I know that I talked to a few of them on Twitter a couple times, and I'm just like, that is a weird thing to me. Like,
yeah.
Like they acknowledge my existence. I do exist.
mostly it's the heroes people for me.
Well, I can't imagine why.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm like nobody.
Yeah, that's not what I meant, but anyway, getting down to the last few minutes of the show here. Things I have to say. First off, Zeph, give me a link to your blog, and I will put it in the show notes. I think you said something about that earlier, but just in case.
Yep.
Patreon, I mentioned it earlier. Patreon.com/podcastepicfail. If you feel like you want to throw money at us, me in particular, since I'm the one who's here all the time. Yay. If we get up to
Wait,
a certain...
we're not getting paid for this?
we're giving you punch and pie.
Oh.
And cookies and cupcakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're getting purple drink.
Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah. She doesn't know that reference, Zeph.
But my drink is purple.
Okay. Well, she was referencing... Before, just to get back into one last thing before we close out. There's a boss in the new raid in WoW. There's an orangish dog and a purple dog. So there's Sunny D, the orange dog, and Purple Drank, the purple dog. That's what she was referencing.
Oh, the Tide commercial from the chat. Yeah.
Yep. It's a Tide commercial. Yep. It's a Tide.
I have no idea.
But yeah, patreon.com/podcastepicfail. If you feel so inclined, I am still working on figuring out somehow to get a decent t-shirt together. Because I owe 2 people shirts once they're made.
You need people who make shirts?
I know where I can go to get the shirts. It's just the design that I'm trying to throw in just looks like garbage.
Who's drawing the design for you?
It's already drawn. It's one of the options was our little logo, and it's just not looking right to me. So I got to figure out something. I'll hire somebody at some point or something, but it's still in the works. It'll happen. The other thing is our Discord, bit.ly/epicfaildiscord.
Oh, you have a Discord?
Yes, I mentioned it whenever you were on the show too.
Oh, blah.
This is what I put up with, guys. Even the guests who say, yeah, we'll be on, don't listen to me.
Hey! Zeph sent me a link for hers. Can't expect me to do every. Aww. Aww.
Yeah,
You're so nice, Zeph.
fine.
See, I got it down there, Wicked. Join
It's
it.
Fine.
Join us.
Legal speak.
Love no buzz.
Legal speak for just a second. Our opening theme song is from bensound.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. I have to remember to say that because I get in trouble if I don't. So that would be a show. Last tradition we have on the show is, you both know about this, is any last words for the show?
Remember, don't eat the lot cookies.